friends, welcome. This is our weekly Q&A session with me, Jill, and today we're here to answer all of your burning questions on fitness, nutrition, weight loss, hormones, all the things. And I would love to know if you're here live, say hi. Let me know you're live. If you're here on the replay watching later, let me know. And I want to ask you too, what comes to mind immediately when you hear me say the word goals? Jot down in the comments below what comes to mind when I say goals. Maybe it's this week, maybe it's future goals, long-term goals. And then also jot down in the comments what comes to mind when I say struggles. Because I can take so much from those two things, your goals and your struggles, and get you started very quickly with the right trainings, with the right small tools. All I need to know is your goals and your struggles. Super simple. It can be really short. So that's how I can help you immediately today. So hi, Teresa. Hi, Marianne. Let me know you're here. Say hi. Let me know you're on live or replay. And I just asked the question, if I say goals, what comes to mind? Pop it in the comments below. If I say struggles, what comes to mind? Pop it in the comments below. Here's how this works if you're new here. Every Wednesday I do a Q&A at noon Eastern, and I go through a sampling of you guys, about 25 of you women in here, over 40 looking to make some kind of transformation for yourself, feel better, look better, feel stronger, deal with the struggle of fitness, nutrition, consistency, accountability. And we talk about what has been holding most of you back. And then we talk about what your goals are. And that's how I have devised my programs over the last several years as a personal trainer, nutrition coach, somebody who's looking to help women to not bang your head against the wall, not getting results, but to make it so much easier and get quicker results and get long-lasting results for yourself. You've also asked me questions over time, and so we'll answer a lot of those individual questions. But I do recommend that if you haven't had a free roadmap call, is what I call it, if you haven't had one of those consultations yet, book a time. Number one, I'm gone all next week. So grab a time slot that's left this week. And that way we can get into your individual goals, struggles, and make a plan for you to get to where you want to be and stop wasting time, energy, and money on things that don't work, right? That's annoying. So, all right, I'm going to go through and I am going to take a look at what's going on with us, right? I say us because we are a collective community. All of my programs include support and connection with others who are going through the same. It's very motivating to have other people around you who want the same and are doing the work. Very inspirational. So, and if you have any questions that you want answered, just pop them in the chat as well. So when it comes to what is holding you back from success in your fitness and nutrition, Sherry says knowledge is holding her back. Now, whether that's not enough knowledge or just too much knowledge with all of the social media and the news articles and everything out there, all the programs, sometimes knowledge can be a burden and we need to put our blinders on. And sometimes not having any knowledge is also a burden because you have no idea what to do. And it's hard to start doing something when you don't know what to do or if there's too many options. Jenny says menopause, hypothyroidism, time, and money. Well, that's a lot of hurdles that we got to get you past in order to get you on the road, but we can do it. We can do it with all those things. Time, money, hypothyroid, menopause, no problem. I've got those tools. I've got many women just like you, Jenny, and they've overcome, okay? Benna says time and knowledge. Okay, gotcha there. Tama says menopause. April says knowing what to do. So we're getting a lot of the same stuff. Sarah says lack of knowledge and where to begin. Tracy says time and money. Stacy says no energy, perimenopause symptoms like joint and hip pain. Tiffany says knowledge. Tiffany and I actually had a call today. She signed up for my fitness, she signed up for my nutrition, and we had a really great call today where she got a basis of knowledge for all of the nutrition frameworks that I teach, and then she and I chose one for her to learn. And she's excited. She actually said she's excited to take it and get started. Angela says eating healthy is holding her back. Tammy says nutrition. Carrie says PCOS and fad diets that just don't work. I don't like those either. They're such a waste of time. Amy says me. She's holding herself back. Lisa says lack of knowledge, not a lot of time to spend in the kitchen. Jana says, I don't know. Since my hysterectomy 6 years ago, I can't seem to lose anything, but I have gained. Jody says, not sure. I've tried everything and can lose weight, eating healthy, working out, or can't lose weight. Eating healthy, working out. I have Hashimoto's and lots of inflammation. So Hashimoto's is another hypothyroid thyroid condition. Lynette says accountability and painful joints. Michelle says motivation. Edith says knowledge and how to use it. Karen says consistency. Evie says nutrition and energy levels are low. Sheila says, I had a stroke last year and I'm not able to do a lot, but my biggest problem is eating at night. Okay, so we do have room to fix things. And let's see, this is another Jana maybe? I don't know, since my hysterectomy 6 years ago, I can't seem to lose anything, but I have gained. I think I might have already said that, I'm not sure. Okay, so we've got a lot of hormonal changes, which is very normal for my community because that is my specialty, helping perimenopausal, premenopausal, postmenopausal women get over this constant gain and not knowing how the game has changed and what you need to be changing in order to change that, reverse that weight gain. It sounds like a lot of hypothyroidism, joint pain is holding people back, which we can still work with. Doesn't mean you can't do anything. It means it's probably more important that we get your inflammation down. So movement, strategic movement, and stress management and nutrition. We've got a lot of lack of knowledge and lack of time, which for me, having the knowledge saves you time when you know exactly what to do and have a really solid plan. Then it doesn't take as long to do things. And then also, just getting started. Sometimes that's the hardest thing for people. And, it makes me think. So every first of the month, I do my Jill's Killer Abs program from the 1st to the 20th. I have been for the last 2 years. Rock solid core because of it. And so the first is coming up this Friday. And I put a post out saying, hey, who wants to join me? And at least like 30 of you said yes. But you know how many people have signed up? Like 2. So let's go. If you know that immediately piqued your interest, you're going to miss it. You're going to miss the first if you don't sign up. And so you've got to, number one, take that first step. And it's only 7 to 8 minutes a day. And once you get the ball rolling, the momentum starts to go. But you have to actually take action, because if you don't start changing something, then nothing's ever going to happen. And I know this happens. I got to say again, hey, just sign up. Hey, just sign up. Hey, tomorrow's the 1st. Come on, get on your horse, because I've been doing it for 2 years and I got lots of clients who are loving it, who are joining me on the 1st for sure, because they know how amazing it is. So I did put the link in this post. If you want to join me for Jill's Killer Abs, it's 20 workouts for glutes and abs, and it's only $49. And quite honestly, I might be adding to the program and upping the cost very soon. So I would get in on that now. Okay. And so it doesn't take a lot of time to be effective in your fitness and to be effective with your nutrition. You can be very proficient and efficient when you're doing the right things and when you've got somebody to tell you, all right, here's what we're doing, let's go. So for those of you who are joining me for Jill's Killer Abs, day 1, Friday, 7 minutes, you're gonna feel amazing. Sign up, okay? All right, so let's go into goals. So Jenny says she wants to lose weight. Benna wants to tone, lose inches, and lose 10 pounds. We've got Tama who says get back down to around 120. We've got lose 25 pounds, drop 6 pounds, tone and tighten, lose 35 pounds or at least tone up and lose belly fat. Lose 25 to 30 pounds and keep it off. Get strong. Lose 60 pounds. Lose 20 pounds or more and start to get back to healthy. Lose 25 to 40 pounds. More energy, a bit lighter, feeling like movement is easier. Gaining energy, losing weight, toning up, feeling better. 10 to 20 pounds to start and be healthy. To be at least halfway to my goal of being down 50 pounds. So that's good. 25 pounds for 3 months and then 25 for another 3 months. Lose 50 pounds, lose weight and build muscle, gain muscle, lose fat, build muscle and gain strength, lose belly fat, build booty. Ooh, build booty. We also have lose a dress size at least and losing 30 to 40 pounds. So I love this. There's a variety, anywhere from 6 pounds to 50 pounds, but it seems like many of you understand that there is an awesome synergy between building muscle, losing weight, and feeling tighter and more toned, and from that, feeling healthier and more energetic. And so that's how it works, right? The hardest thing for many is nutrition. When we can get nutrition in check and have a really solid process or framework for nutrition, we can start to see the scale come down. But in order to feel confident in our bodies, we want to see the inches come down. And that is going to be a matter of changing your body composition, which means trading the fat for muscle. So adding more muscle is going to get you to your goal of fat loss and weight loss quicker, right? And it's all going to go much quicker if your nutrition is in line. So all of these things have got to come together. You can't just say, I want to lose weight, so I'm going to start going to the gym 7 days a week and get on the treadmill, right? You can't just do one thing or the other. You can't also say, I'm not going to do any exercise, but I'm just going to eat salads forever. That's not going to work. These things have to come together. And there's much more to it as well. For those of you who are dealing with hormonal changes, then stress management comes into effect, and cortisol and blood sugar come into effect, and rest comes into effect. And so you have to have a synergy with your entire plan. And that's why we call this fitness. We don't call it an exercise program. Fitness is your entire fitness. It's your rest and your sleep and your eating and your exercising, your moving and your attitude and your mental state, right? So all these things, they have to come together, and you can get to, every single one of you can get to these goals, but you're not going to get there by doing what you're doing right now if you're not there already, and by trying to go it alone. It's such a hard thing to do when it's, number one, not your field of expertise, but number two, when the game is changing. And for many of us at this stage, 40s, 50s, 60s, the game is changing, and you got to change your approach, okay? Let's get into some individual questions. So let's see, Benna says, how best to eat for my body? So let's see, everybody's different. And in a lot of what I start with a lot of my clients who are interested in nutrition and need some help in nutrition. And for instance, with Tiffany today, one of the first things we do is figure out how much we should be eating in a day. And so the best way to figure that out is by certain calculations that we do to figure out, based on your current weight, your goal weight, the exercise you're doing or will be doing. And so that's number one, is figuring out about how much should you be eating, right? And then talking about the foods that you should be eating. Now, that's an easy one because it's not a variation. Everybody should be eating more healthier whole foods, right? Less processed foods, and getting a good balance of all the nutrients that you need. The micronutrients, which is all the, vitamins and minerals, and the macronutrients, which is the carbs, the proteins, the fats, and getting a good balance. Now, the type of exercise you're doing, your likes and dislikes with regards to food, what's going to be easiest for you to stick to. That's going to be where there will be minor shifts from one person to the next. And then it's always going to be a starting point. I don't know how you're going to do until you've started doing it, right? Neither of us know what's going to happen. And so you could say for the masses, on average, here's what's going to happen. But I don't know until we actually start putting it into place and implementing what's going to happen. And that's why you can't just buy a plan or subscribe to a program. You got to have that feedback from the coach so that you can continue to tweak and improve. Does that make sense? Yeah? Okay. So Tama wants to know, keep balance is what she wrote. I'm not sure what that question is. Let's talk. Let's get more into that. April wants to know how to eat. I think I just answered that with how to eat. Now, I will say that for those of you who've been on a call with me, in terms of how to eat, I preach framework. So you have to have some guidelines, a roadmap, something that tells you if you're on track, if you're off track, how far off track you are, so that you know if you're not getting the results that you want, what you got to do, okay? So that I would say how to eat is get a framework. So I teach 5 different frameworks. And when I hop on with a new client, whether it's a client who's in for fitness and nutrition or just a nutrition coaching trial, we go over all those frameworks and we choose which one is best. That's what I did this morning with Tiffany, and that's what I believe I have Kim tonight doing that same thing tonight. Okay, Sarah wants to know, where and how do I begin? So I would say she was the one who was saying she's got a lack of knowledge of where and how to begin. So that's where I would say, number one, you could begin with a call with me where we can discuss so that I can help you see the light and figure out what's been going wrong and maybe some red flags. And then I can give you some options as to what you could possibly do. And whether it's with me or not with me, that's up to you to decide. But I can give you some tools, whether it's that you need the investment and the accountability of my Empowered Fitness Mastery program, which is a 3-month minimum commitment. If that's what you need to really get in it, that's what, when I spoke to Liz, my newest client the other day, and I was telling her about my whole big program, she was like, that's what I need, give it to me. And she signed up right then and there on the spot. And Liz and I had our kickoff call this weekend, and she's like, oh, I needed all this, let's get going, right? I'm ready. And, but not everybody is ready to dive right in. And so for some people, it's something small, right? Like Jill's Killer Abs. Let's see how you do with 7 minutes a day with me. And if you notice, when you go to Jill's Killer Abs and you click on it to sign up, there's an option to add on my 5-day Kickstart cleanse. I think it's for like 60% off, something ridiculous. It's the only time you can get that for 60% off. It's just a 5-day meal plan, but you could lose 5 pounds by next week. And so that's a small little thing as opposed to learning a big framework for nutrition. So there's small little steps that you can take to just get started, or I would say let's do a call to figure out the real right way to get you started, right? We don't want to waste our time either. We want to get to our goals. The worst thing is getting on a call with somebody and having them say like, my son's getting married in May. And it's like, oh my God, we have 3 months, we got to get started. And then I never hear from them and they don't actually do anything. And then in May, they're the same exact person that they were 3 months ago. And guess what? They probably could have lost 30 pounds. And so you got to actually do something and get started, right? Tracy wants to know, how do I lose my belly fat? So that's going to be nutrition, right? If you're looking to lose fat, it's going to come down to getting your nutrition in check. And then part of it sometimes could be about posture. If you want to tone your belly, sometimes even when we lose the fat, we still don't feel like we have the muscle tone. And so that's where it would benefit you to still also start the Jill's Killer Abs and repeat it every month. And it will just get better and better. And if we have that nutrition in line, which could be one of those nutrition coaching trials with me, just get in touch if you want to do that, or joining the full program for fitness and nutrition support, daily accountability. any of those things are going to get you to start losing that belly fat. But I think 5-day kickstart cleanse, lose 5 pounds in 5 days, that would be my best bet for you for quick weight loss and getting the journey going. Let's see. Tammy wants to know how to get budget-friendly meal plans. So, I mean, I assume that you could Google meal plans. That doesn't mean that they're gonna fit a framework that's right for you. But let me take a quick look in our group here. I have some great stuff in there. I used to have a clean eating on a budget thing. I don't know if it's still in there. Let me go to the guides here and we'll take a quick look and see what we got. So the guides, if you go to the guides at the top of the group, there's a little thing. So there is picky eaters, stressed out moms, trying to get your kids to eat veggies. There's a clean eating 101 workshop. And I don't know if that's got a lot of meal planning. Day 4, clean eating on a budget. Watch that. So check out Guide 3, Clean Eating 101 Workshop. I'll tell you, there's a free resources in this group. Clean shopping list, that's free. Let's see, coaching, clean eating on a budget, food prep, meal planning, where are you at with meal planning, clean eating overview, and defining clean eating. That's a lot of knowledge, and it's free. You guys should all be doing that. There's crockpot meals in there, my Fast Life Slow Cooking series with my favorite 3 recipes for crockpot. And I must have added a couple more. There's 5 recipes in there, guide 5. And then I also have my Salads 101, which is how to make awesome salads. And there's a lot of dressing recipes in there too. This is a lot of stuff, right? Give me a thumbs up if you're all about these awesome free resources that are right here in the group. If you haven't gone through those, go through those. That's good stuff on a budget, right? Okay, so that's just a little bit of stuff to get you going. It may not get you to your goals quick, but it's free and it's good stuff because I made it. Okay, let's see. Carrie wants to know, does your program help women with PCOS? So yes, I would say it does. We do have to make sure that, everything's in line with your doctor and your condition. And we talk through that. And that's part of the value of having a program like mine where you and I are having one-on-one time. We have an hour-long one-on-one kickoff call. We have 20-minute coaching sessions, just private, you and I, twice a month. And that's where we can address these particular things, where in other programs, if you're signing up, but there's a billion people in the program, you're not going to get that personal attention. And so that's important. That's important to me. That's how I would want to be coached. Amy says, how do you do it all when time and energy get in the way? I have some long-term COVID issues too. That really sucks. All the long-term COVID stuff. Hopefully it's not long-term, and hopefully we do have room for you to make some lifestyle changes that might be able to help you, okay? So with regards to doing it all, having energy, it is exhausting when we have full schedules, but when we find time to make time, sometimes we have to make time for ourselves, becoming better at time management. So on my website, if you go to, probably on my blog, I'll pull the link up. This here is, we usually do this year-end together as an activity. It's my year-end fitness audit, which I do quarterly with my clients. So it's, what have you been doing for fitness, nutrition, time management and routines, accountability, mindset, motivation, and goals. And so this is really great at figuring out what you've been doing, where you're at right now, and maybe where you're going wrong, and then making a plan for the future. And I give all kinds of prompts. Let me see if I can pull up the address real quick, and I'll pop it in here in the comments. So you can get started on that. That is, it's actually, I think it's at jillortizfitness.com/free. Let me see if you can get to it from there, because that's a really easy thing to remember. jillortizfitness.com/free. There's so many great things in there. Yes, it's there. It's there. So JillOrtizFitness.com/free. Lots more free resources for you. Head on over there and you can do that fitness audit, free exercise. So helpful. And it's really good as a baseline for your journey, right? So
chats.
Ooh, crap, I don't know what that was.
6 FFU Winners Circle.
I put on read aloud. I didn't even know that existed. Okay. Woo! That was a lot. All right, I was trying to just refresh the page so that I can get on here. Let's make sure we're muted. All right, so JillOrtizFitness.com/free. All right, now you have the link. You can go there and get lots of free resources and start your baseline fitness audit, okay? So that's number one way to get you started. Being really efficient with your exercise, right? So some people are like, I don't have time to go to the gym and exercise. Well, guess what? We don't need that much time. And actually going to the gym is a waste of time. So do it at home. And if you start with me, you could do my triple threat, which is 15 minutes a day. You could do my fit and fast, which is 20 minutes a day. If you don't have 20 minutes for your physical fitness, this is like staying healthy, right? Then you've got to make some changes. 20 minutes a day, 5 days a week for your fitness. You've got to start doing that. If you need to start with Jill's Killer Abs and find 7 minutes a day to do it, you got to do it, right? I'm going to be at an event this weekend. I'm flying to Arizona, spending like an entire day flying, 12 hours on the travel. I'm still doing Jill's Killer Abs on the 2nd. I'm doing day 2 because that's on the calendar. I will make 7 minutes to do that, even though it's my birthday, right? Same thing, I'll be at golf tournament, getting up at probably 5 a.m. I'm gonna spend my first 7 minutes of the day doing Jill's Killer Abs because I'm committing to it, because it's important to me, okay? When something's important, we have to make it a priority, okay? Preserving our energy otherwise and making sure that we're fueling our days with good nutrition. All right, next question. So Lisa doesn't want to spend a lot of time in the kitchen. I would say go grab those crock pot recipes and that guide I told you about, Lisa. That's a lifesaver, crock pot meals. Lynette wants to know, why is it harder as we get older to lose weight? Generally, we start changing our lifestyle. We stop working at it. We start eating more, drinking more, being a little looser in our nutrition. We stop working out as much or doing the right workouts. We also start losing bone mass and muscle mass. And when you're losing muscle mass, you're not burning calories as much as you were before. So you have to adjust that. You have to lift heavy and build muscle and eat more and build more muscle. And then it will not be as hard because you won't be tied to all the food you eat, right? So I could probably eat an entire pizza and not gain 5 pounds, right? Because my body's got so much muscle, because over the years I've been building muscle, I've been eating well, my body has become very flexible in its metabolism. So when it gets more calories, it uses them. When it doesn't get enough calories, it preserves them. It's gotten very smart, and that's what we want to build. And so you may just need to start doing the work where you didn't need to do the work so much before. That would be my answer to why it gets harder as we age. And we tend to change our lifestyle a little bit, okay? Michelle wants to know what she's doing wrong. We'd have to have a conversation for me to know that. So let's figure that out together, Michelle. Edith wants to know how to balance my meals for weight loss. I think you hit the nail on the head. It's balance. And we need to teach you the knowledge of how to do that, okay? So Edith, if that's, you want to build muscle too. So I think we got to get you in for fitness and nutrition. So let's have that call. Book a call, right? Last question. Okay, so let's see, got two questions left. So Jana wants to know, how do I get my motivation back with lack of energy? So number one, I would say start binge watching my Monday motivation videos. I catalog them all in a guide in the group here. Start watching them and start taking action, okay? Because action and activity is actually going to create more action and activity. It's going to create momentum. Evie wants to know, can you teach me how to eat normally and healthy for a busy lady, big family, no energy, menopausal, perimenopausal woman? Yeah, I absolutely can. I can teach you that. I would love to teach you that. That's what I do for a living. It's so much fun. And it's things that I go through too. I'm busy. I've already run in and out 3 times today at my house, running in, hopping on calls last minute. I'm starving. I'm going to go eat because I don't want to run out of energy, right? So that's what I do, is I help busy women who are struggling with hormonal changes to find that energy, find that strength, and find that confidence that you want so that you love the journey and get to your goals and beyond. All right? I hope you guys enjoyed, and let me know what you learned today. And I will see you next Wednesday. There will be a recorded Q&A session here because I will be on the golf course at my tournament. If we're not friends, friend me, and you can follow my journey to Arizona, leaving Saturday on my birthday, stopping in New York at JFK to spend some time with my best friend from high school, and then journeying on to live with strangers for a week, see one of my clients who I've never met in person, and just have a blast challenging myself, new opportunities, and staying on my healthy journey while I'm away. Okay? So friend me and follow, and get in touch. Book your roadmap call this week if you can. If not, send me a message and let me know you want to do one when I get back, and we'll open up the calendar for you to book a time. And I'm excited for you all. All right? Hop on the Jill's Killer Abs train. We'll get a great community going who will do that together, and it'll be a great celebration when we complete our 20 workouts for core and booty. All right? See you, everybody.